the last time I recorded something? Like 3 years ago, maybe? Yeah. So, welcome. I am Gabriela, and I am. This is a podcast about my journey into the wool. It's my journey into the fiber arts, and I'm getting to your home from Schaffhausen, Switzerland, and I am a passionate knitter, I am a dyer, I'm a spinner, and I really love everything what is related with wool and crafts in general. So, yeah, you can find me in the social media, in Instagram and Ravelry as Gabriela Cos, and in Facebook as Made by Gabriela Cos. So, you can follow me there. I am more active in Instagram, to be honest. I am taking pictures of what I'm doing. I film sometimes stories. And yeah, so that's where I am more actively participating. So then, well, thank you for the viewers that follow me from the beginning. That was awesome. I still receive emails, confirmations about people that are subscribing to the channel, which is really good, even though I haven't done that much, almost nothing. I've been posting some videos about my trips that are related to wool, sheep, or something that I find interesting to share with you. And welcome to the new viewers. I mean, as you may not know, but I recorded like 3 years ago only 3 episodes of my podcast. And I wanted to share with you many things, but I got sick. That's what I really think it was the main cause that kept me from recording more episodes. And then life gets on the way, and I started working in a company full time and working like a crazy. Really love the job, and I didn't have time to sit, chat with you and share what I've been going on mostly, but I kept sharing stuff in Instagram. That's for sure that what I was doing. I haven't stopped knitting as I've been knitting like crazy. I've been mostly knitting pullovers. Now that's the bug that I got bitten by the pullover wave. So I love wearing my knits. I love wearing my pullovers, my socks, my shawls, my hats, my one pair of mitten that I have. Yeah, what else? I started my online shop of yarn. I don't know if some of you know that I am also a dyer. I participated a long time ago in the Swiss Yarn festivals that were held here in Switzerland in 2015 and 16. So I was vending there, and I always been asked to create an online shop, but I was never able to do it because of this. I was working like crazy. But now I am in a transition period, so I am professionally seeing what I want to do. Then I said this is the time to start putting my yarn online so more people can get it and not showing this in festivals, which I mostly do. So that's something as well that I've been doing lately, and I will be sharing in the podcast, but at the end of the episode, what my yarn is that are here, and there's some acquisitions as well. And mostly my projects, what I'm working, what my finished projects are, and what I will be casting on soon. So that's going to be the main topic or the main theme of the podcast. And let's start with the finished objects. As I said, I've been knitting crazy pullovers, and I will show you my latest pullovers that I am looking at this because here I have my finished projects. So I will show you this one. This one, I love it so much, and this one it's very hard for me to say, lupa paesa. Sorry if I'm butchering the name, but it is an Icelandic pull yoke pullover that I knit with the yarn that I got in Iceland when I was visiting Iceland. You might have seen in my latest video that I posted about my trip to Iceland that I visited a mini mill, which the name is Upspunni. It was a wonderful place. The lady that showed me the place, I'm sorry that it's very hard for me to say the name because in Icelandic it's very difficult, but I always remember what the name means, the name means the hidden woman, and it's a wonderful name, and I got a wonderful story behind of the name, and I'm sorry if I will put the name on the bottom, and I'm sorry, but this is the yarn that she made in her mini mill, and it is 100% Icelandic wool. I have the label here. This is a really, I don't know if you could see it, and this is properly focusing the stuff. Yeah, this is a new camera, so I need to see if this works or not. Well, it is Icelandic virgin wool. It's 100%. The name of the base is Hulduband. I don't know what that means, but sorry. Yeah, so this is from her. I have, this is the natural color of the yarn of the ship. Then this yellow is it was dyed with onion skins, nice, and this is the natural white. The pattern, it's called Stutlaberg. I hope I'm just pronouncing it well, and it was inspired by the there is in Iceland, there is the Black Sand Sea beach, sorry, and there are like in the mountains, the hills, they have a space of cobalt, I guess is the mineral, but I will put a picture there so you could see more or less what I'm talking about. But it was inspired by that formation, that's rock formation, and the designer is Maya Siska. You can find it in Ravelry. I will put the information in my Ravelry page. I am very indisciplined with that. Unless it's a test knit, I don't put my projects in Ravelry, which is a bad of me, but I will try to do my best and include information for people that they want to need it. But in any case, I will put the information in my show notes, as I always did in the past. Okay, so that's the Stutlaber sweater. I really love it. It's big and it's awesome. Okay, this is the one. The second pullover that I want to show you is the Go to Raglan by the one and only Stephen West. I love this pullover as well. It's very cozy and comfy because I use merino in singles. The base is merino singles combined with kid mohair and silk, which make it very fluffy and cozy. And the pattern calls to marble, meaning to mix many different variegated yarns. So you can have, do I have the pattern? No, I don't have it. Yeah, but you combine the variegated yarns and you have a marbled effect. What I did, instead of marbling, I faded. So I use 3 skeins of merino singles. The brands are the blue one, the red one are from Ushitita, and I think I have the buns here. Yes, but I lost the red one. The red one, I don't remember the colorway, I'm sorry, but the blue one is Midnight. Oh, this is not focusing, I'm sorry. Yeah, voila, it's Ushitita. And I got this in Edinburgh Yarn Festival in March, which was awesome. Then the red one, again, I don't remember what it is. It's something red, sorry. And then this one is by Tralis Liz. You know her, of course. That is the band, and the focus. Anyway, and the color is Pollock. Love it. So this as well is my finish. As you see, I love pullovers, and I wear this with jeans. It's very comfy. And here, this, it has, I don't know what it's called, this, but it's like a mitten without being a mitten. I mean, it's an extended sleeve where there you can make this hole to put your finger there, and then you wear it, and it's very comfy. One day I will be wearing this while I record, so I can show you. That is my second. Then what else I can show you? Well, I can show you a shawl that I wear a lot, and I always receive compliments about this, and it is this one. And this shawl is the Lucky Charm shawl by Melanie Hoffman, and I used my yarn, and this is the Everest base, and it is a blend of merino, silk, and yak. It's very soft, and the pattern, the stitch is so wonderful. Look at, if I'm looking up, it's because I'm looking to the camera, I'm sorry. I want to see if it is the correct focus, which is right. And then these details, the tassels are wonderful. So this one, I wear it a lot, and I'm complimented. I wanted to show you. Well, that would be for finished objects. I do have as well this hat, but this is a test. This was a test knitted. There are pictures on Instagram already, but that is for Melody Hoffman, that will be releasing soon. I will not show you all, but it's something that I finished recently. Then, yeah, that's for finished objects. Then I can a bit of tea. But I'm talking like a parrot here. Okay, works in projects. So I have, first I will show you this. It's a pullover that I'm making for Adrian, my husband. So initially it was this pullover, which is the textured striped pullover by Charles Bennett, and this was published in Vogue Knitting. So I said, oh, nice, this is a perfect nice, and it will be perfect for Adri, and then I can make, because I usually make him accessories, and he loves wearing them. He really appreciates what I make to him. That's wonderful. But I said this time, since I am in the sweater or pullover bag, I will make something for him. So I picked the yarn I was subscribed to the Madeline Tosh sweater club like long time ago, so I had a lot of yarn, sweater quantity of yarn. So I got this color, which is more or less what Adri would like. I have the tag here, which is, yeah, this is DK Twist by Madeline Tosh yarns, and the color is deep. As you can see, it's a blue, I wouldn't say black, but it's a blue, dark blue. Yeah, that's why, therefore the name, deep. And this is 100% superwash merino wool. So I finished the body, I finished the back and the front. Here it is. There's almost, I mean, it's almost, and this is not bottom up or top down construction. I need to sew this, so it's going to be my first time sewing a knitting project. Oh no, I'm mistaken, I did, but for kids, that doesn't count, it's very small. So this is the first time. So at the end I had to adapt the pattern. I mean, the constructions and the stitch counts and everything, the measurements are following this pattern, but when I show Adrian, I was even doing in the same color this kind of texture stitches, but no, he said no, I don't like it. So I say okay. So this pattern is not as well the pattern, but some kind of the same pattern. But anyway, so I finished the body. I am working the sleeves, so it's just plain stockinette stitch. It's easier with a rivet band here. and I'm using my signature needles in the 5 millimeters, and I guess it's 7 in US size. Yes, let me check. I have this. This is my ruler. It's by Anna and Juan, really nice friends that they make wonderful things. And size 5, no, it's 8, sorry, it's 8 US size. Okay, it's always to keep it handy. So that's my first whip that I wanted to show you. Then I'm making a pair of socks for me. I always make a pair of socks for myself. I am a selfish sock knitter. So this is, look at this, it's so beautiful, this pattern. This pattern is Veneer by Andrea Mori, and this was published in the lovely LED magazine that I love it. I have all the issues. Yeah, this is the pattern. It's Veneer, and look at how lovely this sock is. Yeah, and I'm using a yarn that I'm testing. It's a base that I'm testing. It's a very cozy, soft, luxurious. It's a mix of merino, silk, and cashmere. Yeah, because I carried before socks with nylon, but I'm trying to get away from nylon and use something more natural instead. I know there are a lot of people that they rather to have nylon on their socks because of the strength, but I think silk as well is strength enough. And superwash merino, I have socks with superwash merinos. I don't have a problem, but there are some people that are more harder on the socks than myself. And anyway, but then in case I want to test, I'm testing this yarn if I will add it eventually in the shop. But you can knit this, you can use this for shawls as well, not precisely socks. And this is the colorway Caravana Vine. So I'm testing this. I'm using the needle size is the one that I always use for socks, is 2.25 millimeters, which I think it's number 1 US size. I'm using my turbo socks, Adi turbo socks. Then I am knitting another pair of socks. This is a plain reverse stockinette stitch because this yarn is highly variegated. You see, and I will add a contrasting color for the toes, and no, for the toes I already knit, but for the heel and for the cuffs. And this yarn is 100% Corriedale, which is surprisingly very strong and soft. It's not itchy. Well, at least for me, it's not itchy. This is a non-superwash merino, and this yarn is especially conceived for socks, and is very elastic and soft. Well, this is the color Remember Me that I dyed for the Dia de los Muertos, which is today. Today is November 1st. I haven't said, sorry. It's November 1st, 2018. And I dyed this because I saw a picture with all of these colors, and yeah, it has like fuchsia and teals, turquoise, many colors, so you could see. So I will mix with constructing heels and cuffs. It's just there's not a pattern for this. And the last one that I'm currently working on is as well a test knit, and I cannot show you everything, but it's a pullover. I'm testing it, a pullover, and it's the first time for me knitting with the linen stitch, which I really love. Look at this, is nice. And this is well by Melody Hoffman, and it will be released in December. No, end of November, so I need to hurry up. I mean, I finished the body and I need to knit the sleeves. So I will be soon finishing this. So when the time is to release, I will be publishing the picture in Ravelry, my project page, and then in Instagram. Then that's it for my current, that I'm really currently working on. I do have my crude and best. I shared pictures of it in Instagram, but I haven't continued because it's color work. It will be my first time working with more than 2 or 3 colors at the same time, so I need some quiet and finish my obligations first, and then I will catch up with it. Here I have all the yarn that I need to make it that, and I don't know if I have the swatch here. No, I don't think I have the swatch, but yeah, that's my current another working project, but it's on hold. Well, next, the future projects. Well, I have to. And I showed a picture of this on Instagram 2 days ago, but I haven't cast on yet, but I caked the yarn. And this is... So I saw the meat, so I said I have to make this. So I have the yarn, and I'm mixing this, which is Greek doors, and this is cotton candy, sorry. And this is Capri Decay, my yarn as well, and it's a mix of merino, nylon, and cashmere. This one, I am again seeing if there is demand for this base. I will keep it, but again I try to go through non-nylon yarns, and mostly non-superwash. You will see if you have seen my website. I carry a lot of non-superwash yarns that are dyed like in the hand iron, normally in the hand iron. I think I'm working hard to not to have the same results as a non-superwash with in a superwash. In a non-superwash base, so I am really happy. And this is, I don't have fancy bag. I do have 2 fancy bags. This one, I bought it in, there's a place in Winterthur, which I loved, and I discovered I think a year and a half ago, where I got the Lane magazine. I always get the Lane magazine there, and some beautiful British yarns, non-superwash. Nice. And I got this bag, which is a Japanese style, but I don't remember the name of this, the way of this bag. I think in Japan they use this kind of bags to make gifts. I don't know what's the name. I will put a link there. And it's lovely, and it's one of the girls we do have. This place holds like knit nights twice a month, and one is an aperitif and the other is kind of a dinner. So we get together and we knit, we get some yarn, and I got this project bag that is made from one of the ladies that gets there. I think her name is Hubertly, and I will link the stuff. I don't know if she has a website. I think you only can get this in that shop, but I will put the information. So here is, I don't want to give away this. So here is will be my next mittens, and then the next project, but once I finish my pullovers, will be, because I got a new making magazine. I am subscribed, so I got it already. So I will be making Michelle pullover by Junko Okamoto. I don't know if you've seen this, but look at this. It is beautiful. Look at this. And this one was made with Moeke yarns, which are in the natural colors, which I find it so beautiful. Yeah, this is going to be my next custom. And yeah, that would be for future projects. And then let's quickly, I will show you my acquisitions. Well, you saw one, and then this is the other. I like collecting these 2 magazines. I am spotting this Amiruso magazine, which is made in Japan. And then I was subscribed to Pampa Mag, but then, yeah, I don't have more place to put loved my magazines and books, so I just decided to slow down. I kept subscribed only to these two because I really love them. And yeah, so this is my new acquisition. It arrived on Saturday. And yeah, it has beautiful projects, not only for knitting. The people that know this magazine will know that it's not only knitting, but it's also, you can find crochet, felting, quilting, sewing. Look at this. Oh, I don't want to show much, but there is this project that I could make. Then there's Susan B. Anderson, always publishing this magazine as well. She makes a really beautiful, look at this sheepy. So lovely sheepy that I probably will be making for my nephew. Then they have stories about recipes. This other shawl, but Gudrun Johnstone as well. It's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it's simple. Oh, look at this. Jennifer Stein has this yoke. It's awesome as well. Yeah, so there are so many beautiful projects to make. Yep. Then another acquisition, but I got it like 2 months ago. And this is Moeke. The base is Elena, and it was dyed with plants. I don't know, maybe this was dyed with madder because of the color. I'm not sure. Anyway, there was an Indiegogo project support for Moeke because they needed to fund some money to buy a new washing, to wash the wool that they produce in Romania. So I always loved Moeke and the story behind, so I contributed and I got as a perk this yarn dyed by Joanna, yeah. And I received this. That's my, yeah, I think my latest yarn acquisition. Which not acquisition, let's say, yeah, but it's here next to my treasures. And I also received a thank you card. So cool. With a sachet with lavender and dyed with indigo. Smells nice to keep the little bugs away from your treasure. And then this is the tag, the label with the story about how the yarn is produced, and it's a beautiful story. So this is one of my latest acquisitions. Are you kidding me? What's going on? I think I've been talking like a parrot, and in fact I was not recording at all. So the first attempt to record a podcast was not the good one, so I will see what happened. Because I don't know why I stopped recording. I will need to start all over again. Let's see what's going on here. Again, I don't know what happened. I think my camera just gave up on me. Probably it's about timing, I don't know. It's the first time that I'm using this camera to record a podcast, because before I used to record with my laptop. So, new technology, but yeah, I need to know. Probably it's 20 minutes that it's allowed to record, and then I didn't realize until I saw that it was not recording. So anyway, so I think I was saying that I don't buy that much yarn that I used to, but whenever I go to Neustadt Gasse, I always just get something. The last time I got some stitch markers and Land magazine. Then this was the one from Moeke Yarns, and yeah, I mean that would be it about my projects and acquisitions and things that I will be working on in the future. And now I will be telling you more. If you are not interested, you just thank you for joining me, for catching up with me again, and I hope to see you and to chat with you in the next episodes. probably that's what I wanted to show you. Wanted to show you the pullover that I'm wearing. This is the tender pullover by Melody Hoffman that I tested as well, and I love it. It's very warm and cozy. I use my yarn in a natural color with mohair and silk. I'm lately the mohair is like something, and I love it. It's very soft and cozy. So this is my pullover. Cool, very nice jumper, beautiful construction, so simple with stitch, stockinette stitch, but this chevron, it's very nice. So yeah, well, now I will tell you. Here I go again. I don't know, is this the amateur thing, or I don't know why. Well, anyway, now 4th time doing this. As I was saying, I hope this camera doesn't give up on me again, the 4th time. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to tell you more about Isalloni and my yarn, and why I decided to do it like for this moment, for this period, like full time. And as I was saying, I was in the transition period, and I decided to do this full time, and that couldn't be possible without the help of Adrian. That he is a person who believes in me and thinks that I can make it, and he's supporting me this time, and I really appreciate. And it's very nice to have someone who truly is behind you and cheering you up, cheering you behind that you can do this. And yeah, thank you. I really thank you. I love you so much. So Isalloni is a word in Aymara, which means the one with the cloak or the one with the shawl. And as I was saying, I grew up in a family where the yarn was processed, and it was something for like a hobby that my grandma and my auntie had, my nanny had. So I remember they were buying the raw wool, like wool. They wash it, they prepare it. They didn't have a like equipment, fancy equipment that we have now, that I do have now, that are carders or hand carders or a carding machine or combs. What they used to do is just with the hands. They open the fibers and they start spinning. And that yarn is it was wonderful. They used the yarn to make for the entire family pullovers, socks, and shawl. This particular shawl that I remember that I love, it was white, it was all natural. I still have some of the yarn that my grandma and Nanny used to make. I kept it, those I brought it from Bolivia, and there's a treasure. They are beautifully spun. This is Angora rabbit, 100% Angora, because we used to have Angora rabbit, and I remember that they used to cut with scissors. Probably that was not the best way to do it, but they used to do. And this yarn is very soft and lovely. This is wool from sheep, and this as well. And the way, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know which one was spun by my grandma or my nanny, but it's high twist and very thin. If you see, it's very thin. This is a lace weight, and this is a fingering, and this is a bit more like a sport. And I kept this, and I have more. They are like my treasure. These are my inspiration to make yarn, and I spun yarn as well. So that's why I decided to make, and I found this Isalloni word. It is an Aymara word, as I said, in this book that I have, and it's a compilation of the story of the Andean textile. It says the textile are in the Andean world, so the authors are very well known. What is this word? I don't remember. They're specialized in history, and they gather all this information about the textile in Bolivia, and you have the places, the territory where different type of textile are made, and you have like a dictionary of Aymara and Castellano, which is Spanish, and you see the story of all the textile. These are aguayos, like like not blanket, but this type of textiles in Bolivia. And here I found the word Isalloni, which comes from Isaju. Isaju means manto or shawl, and Isalloni is the one who wears that manto, that shawl. It says Isaju. Isaju is el manto de las Indias, which are the people that the people that live in the not rural areas, what did I say, in the flatlands, altiplano, las Indias. And Isalloni is una que tiene manto. That was mean. So when I was growing up, when I was little, I used to wear that manto or shawl that my grandma knit for me, and it was white, it was beautiful, and that's why I wanted to call it Isalloni. I found the perfect word, I think. So I want to quickly show the yarn that I have in the shop for the moment. This is the Dia de los Muertos. It's not called the Dia de los Muertos. It's called Remember Me. I don't know if you watch the film Coco. There's this famous song talks about Remember Me, and this is the color that I got. I got inspired by the picture that I saw about the customs of the Dia de los Muertos, and very flashy colors. The people who know that my yarn, I am mostly like solid, subtle, like pastel-y colors more than these striky ones. But this was a challenge for me, and to get it out of the comfort zone. I really love this yarn. I really love this color, and it is variegated with some speckles and this. And this is the same yarn that I'm using to knit my socks. This is the one. So a yarn like this will give you this result. If you wonder sometimes, I mean, how an indie dyed yarn will result in a knit garment, well, for socks, that would be. This is not, I don't see pulling here. There are some small places that they pulls, but yeah, that is the Remember Me. That this is Marilyn base, is non-superwash yarn, and it is Corriedale, 100% Corriedale. Yes. Then I have this one, which is Anastasia's doll. That is, I really love this colorway, and it's the most wanted, and I really love this. This has plums color, it has turquoise, it has yellows, it's speckles here. I don't know if it's focusing. So this as well is Marilyn, 100% Corriedale. It's as well in the shop. Then this is the Balmy sock. These are the tags that I wanted to show you, and I said I mentioned that in my previous video that I didn't record. So, well, these are the tags. Then it's Isalloni yarn. I'm using a recycled paper that has kind of speckles like a recycled paper has, but I will probably be changing because I'm working on a logo. I want to have a logo, not only the text. So that's a work in progress as well. But this is a Balmy sock. There's a Balmy base, which is 50% merino, non-superwash, and 50% silk. It's very, very shiny, and this color is rose gold as well in the shop. Then I recently dyed this. For this, I will put this. These ones are not in the shop yet, but they will be. This is an Everest base. It's the same base that used to knit this pullover. So this is a base of yak, merino, and silk. So it's very luxurious, and this is very strong. It's a fingering weight. It's 3-ply, and the color, it is my Glühwein. Glühwein, it's a mullet wine beverage that is very typical here for this season. Well, I think they will start mid-November, because it's a hot beverage made of wine with spices and oranges and cinnamon, and it's really lovely. It's delicious, and I wanted to make I got a picture that I will put somewhere. I got inspired by this picture, and I wanted to make a yarn with it. So this is the result, and I really love it. It has reds, it has yellows, oranges, plums, and the the base of the yarn is darker because of the yak. So it's this color. This is the natural color, and this is the dye color. So I will be adding this to the shop this Saturday. Then I show you this shawl. And I always been asked, which yarn did you use? What can I use to make this shawl? And so I decided to make like 3 kits for this shawl. And this is the yarn that I use for it. So as well is a melange, it's a blend of merino, yak and silk, but these are singles. These are singles, it's the same I use for this one. You need 2 of this to make this. Each skein is 120 grams, and it has, I think it's 400, yeah, it's 400 meters each skein. 400 meters each skein. You need just 2 of this to make this shawl. Then this is the color, this is Greek doors, the colorway. Then I have, this is Roivo's Dolce Vita. Really love this color. Yeah, there it is. This is what will be in the shop. And the last one that I will be adding to the shop, and this is my all time ordering my yarn here. Putting my lovely yarns into, like, properly into this box. So these ones are my Lelouch. I love this color. This is the Lelouch colorway, and this is the same base, yak, merino and silk. So this will be added to the shop this Saturday. Then as I said, I will be traveling to Bolivia to visit my mom, my family, and I will be looking to get some yarn there, like alpaca, why not? Then I will not be able to update, or I mean, the last update in the shop will be this Saturday. Then I will be shipping the yarn during the next week, and then the shop will be closed from the 9th of November till the 26th. Yeah, that I will be coming back. So yeah, that's all for this. It was a long, I think, episode, because I wanted to talk quickly of what's going on. And then yeah, I hope you enjoy this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. I will try to make a shorter episode, because I know that there are a lot of we don't have a lot of time to sit. And I thank you for stopping by, and thank you for the people that accompany me in this journey, either my clients that buy my yarn. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. And thank you for watching the podcast, for following me on Instagram and on Facebook and everything. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.